Hey guys, and welcome to another tutorial. Now, today is not really a coding type thing. I'm going to be talking about the animational part of your game. Now, most of you guys will probably be using this for first person and things like that. Well, the reason why you should have a full model is for reflections and, well, if you have reflections in your game, and if you actually want like multiplayer, you're going to have to deal with a full body view anyway. Or maybe you're going to do some cutscenes where you need a full body. Well, the reason I bring this up is because of is okay. Let's say you want root motion for your character, okay? And it's first person. You want like where you can look down and have a full body. Well, regardless, you're going to need this whole body model anyway, and it's a good idea because you can put this low poly or whatnot, so it doesn't take as much resources to render for your video card, and then make this high poly for, hey, it looks sweet, your arms look amazing, or vice versa. Doesn't really matter, but you're going to need this part right here, okay? So you look down and you can see your feet and move around. The important part about it is if you use root motion, which this character does not, root motion will guide this character across the screen, okay? Like, basically, this guy has none, so he won't move. He'll do this in the game. But if you have root motion, he will be moving like bump, bump, bump at a certain speed. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because you see how he moves, okay? And he's got this little offset, like, hey, I'm holding a rifle. Well, imagine this being like straight. Like you're doing a normal walk, you're walking down the road. If you don't have this offset, it looks kind of odd because it just looks like you got this big old cannon, like you've never shot a weapon before, hanging out. And yeah, I know he looks like he's got a broken finger there, but oh, and here's another thing. Okay, when you do human rigs and things like that, when you come into the game and you import them and you want them to be humanoid so you can use them across, you'll have little errors when it comes to rotation. Like in the animation itself, this finger will be fine. But when you import it and try to play it, when you convert to human, it gets kind of messed up a little. So it's kind of like one of those give or take things. In a third person, you may never see that finger. You never. Might not, you may so. And I know specular map thingies all off and stuff, but I don't feel like doing all that work just for a demonstration of explaining why it's good to have this part like this. Now, because he's doing this and he looks okay, I guess, I mean, he doesn't hold a gun or nothing. Maybe I can find one. No, give me a second. I'm going to pause this. Now, here's one with root motion. Now, see how he's kind of forward on the whole thing? And he's just walking forward. This is a root motion and action. And he kind of looks a little odd. And two, you can't really get it like fully straight. Okay? Because he's going to be a little off. Because this little red arrow is straight. But you can clearly see he's not. Now, this might not make a difference in your game. But when you're doing root motion, this plays a key role because you can make your entire guy like go left when he's supposed to go straight. See, all your angles have to line up on it. That's one reason why it's good. Once you get your model, place all your positioning and make it look good. And place like a dummy gun in his hand. Okay? and just make the animations for one character like this, okay? And when you do that and you rig it up the way you want, you can just go, hey, guess what? I can go human or generic. If it's got the same rigging on it, you can use the same animation across a lot of different characters. It just has to have everything the exact same so it can translate it. Or convert it over to human and just disable the gun and enable which one you want. Because this is just a graphic anyway. It doesn't have any meaning like, oh, there's a gun script on each one. It usually it's all in a depository like our game is. You have our main script and it knows what gun you're on, which one to do. And that's how it does everything. Because this is just a visual anyway. I mean, come on. But I don't really like the way this looks. It looks generic. It looks like he's just hanging out there. And this most of the time is stretched out. If you ever notice this arm looks a little funny, it's because they've moved it. You have to move it, okay, like over so much on this one, and then you have to stretch this arm to meet up with this. Now the stretching part of it is kind of difficult because if you get out too far, it looks really dumb. But if you're in a third person, like, I don't know, third person shooter, like this guy's always here, you're never going to see that stretching, okay? Making it third person. But if you're first person, and you're like, all right, you're going to see that stretch real bad. So there's kind of like a little good and bad to it, I guess you can say. But when it comes to multiplayer, you're probably going to see like over here or vice versa. Or maybe you're following the guy. I don't know. That might be a look that you want. But I just wanted to point it out because you're going to have to make a decision on how you want your guy to look. Me, I'd rather do the first thing with the offset and then just do walk, run. Because if you were trying to do a crouch animation with root motion and you had some kind of turn, or here's another thing. When you do these type of animations, like for running, walking, and things like that, you usually mask out the top part of the body so that you can do an aiming up, aiming down animation, and segregate it, you could say, and then just have the body its own thing. But that's kind of beyond this because that's all in how you set up your animator. There's 100 different ways that you can do it. So don't think that I'm 100% right because I've done it 5 different ways that I can think of right now. So, but that's up to you guys. When you do your animations, you have to decide which way and what direction you want to go. And maybe in your game you only got one character. But let's face it, when you play a game, you want multiple characters, multiple different guns. So you're going to need a lot of different things. So you're probably going to use human. So be ready to make a lot of mistakes with animations and just error check a lot. So I hope this is helpful to you guys, and sorry if it's like bursting your bubble or whatnot, but it's something you guys really have to think about. And this is a good stage for you guys because you're prototyping. So you have to aim at what you want it to look like. And then go from there. Find out what works, what don't. Now, I'll see you guys and see you in the next video and stuff where we do some shotgun stuff. Bye-bye.